There's a lot of other stuff going on in the world of movie news and television news, but we don't always have time here to get around to all that stuff. But I want to make sure you guys get caught up to date. So here's a little segment that we call the Movie News Feed. First up, veteran Hollywood director John Singleton has suffered a stroke and is currently in hospital in the ICU unit. The director of such films as Boyz N The Hood, Higher Learning, Shaft, Too Fast, Too Furious, and episodes of such TV shows as Empire, Billions, and American Crime Story, was apparently already in the hospital for another matter when he suffered the stroke. From Variety, the Singleton family has issued a statement. On Wednesday, April 17th, our beloved son/father, John Singleton, suffered a stroke while at the hospital. John is currently in the ICU and under great medical care. We ask that privacy be given to him and our family at this time and appreciate all of the prayers that have been pouring in from his fans, friends, and colleagues. Singleton has been nominated for 2 Academy Awards and 2 Emmy Awards in his career, and we here at the John Campea Show wish him a speedy recovery. Next up, as many of you already know, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson are currently filming the sequel to their 2017 hit film, The Hitman's Bodyguard, called The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Now, Ryan Reynolds has released a new image from the set of the film that also announced he is finished shooting his part in the movie. This raises some speculation on if Reynolds just has a quicker schedule for shooting than Samuel Jackson and Salma Hayek did, or if perhaps this signals that Reynolds has a smaller part in this film than we originally suspected. Time will tell. For now, there is no official release date for the new film just yet. Next up, as some of you will remember, back in 2011, Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler did the comedy Just Go With It, which made over $210 million at the worldwide box office. The two have re-teamed again for the new Netflix movie Murder Mystery, and the first images have been released. The synopsis for Murder Mystery reads like this. When a New York City cop, played by Adam Sandler, finally takes his wife, Jennifer Aniston, on a long-promised European trip, a chance meeting on the flight with a mysterious man, played by Luke Evans, gets them invited to an intimate family gathering on the super yacht of elderly billionaire Malcolm Quince. When Quince is murdered, they become the prime suspects in a modern-day whodunit. The film is directed by Workaholics writer Kyle Newacek and was written by Zodiac scribe James Vanderbilt. Next up, we all have our favorite movies that we've seen in theaters 4, 5, 8, maybe even 10 times, but those numbers are nothing compared to Wisconsin chiropractor Steve Ruppel, who has smashed the Guinness Book of World Records mark by watching Captain Marvel in theaters, are you ready for this? 116 times. The number smashes the previously held record of 103. Now, to be official, Ruppel had to meet some stipulations. To be official, I had to have certain pictures taken, like in front of a movie poster, and I need to have 2 written witness statements saying that I was actually there. So I'm trying to think if anyone wanted to break this. I really don't want to re-break it, because this has been pretty tough. It's been a finite amount of time, but I don't think I'm going to try this one again. This may actually be one world record that might never be beaten, or even should be beaten. He's got to have it memorized by now, right? And finally, Sylvester Stallone has been hard at work recently shooting his next and apparently final installment of the John J. Rambo franchise called Rambo 5: Last Blood, which is obviously a play on words from the title of the original film, First Blood. Yesterday, Stallone released a number of black and white still images from the upcoming film that promises a very violent journey to close out the Rambo series. From JoBlo.com, supposedly the last entry in the series, Rambo 5: Last Blood finds John Rambo strapping on his boots, loading up his gear, and going up against a Mexican cartel in the hopes of saving a young girl's life from the brutal men who hold her captive. It may have been a little over 40 years ago when we first saw Rambo claiming it wasn't him who drew first blood, but now he will most certainly have the last laugh. Rambo 5: Last Blood is currently scheduled to hit theaters on September 20th. And that'll do it for today's installment of the Movie News Feed.